Romulan lover.
Second question, please.
Racist.
So, Joe, the transcendental argument that you argued for, it suggests this a divine source of knowledge, but how do you make the leap from this vague God to Jesus Christ, Christianity, and all of its particulars? And I guess for Christopher, do you think he's justified in making this huge leap?
1 minute, Joe. It's difficult to answer in 1 minute, but it's a great question, and one I'd love to talk to you about further afterwards if we get an opportunity. Here the Christian goes to the heart of the Christian apologetic, which is not an embarrassment to us, but the Trinity. The doctrine of the Trinity is not a logical contradiction. It does not assert, contrary to Dr. DiCarlo's statement, that God is three and one. Rather, he's three in one. That is, the being of God, God's being, is tri-personal. One God, three persons. And in order to have a rational universe, this is an ancient question in philosophy, the question of the one and the many. Is the universe ultimately a unity, or is it ultimate diversity? One gives you pantheism, the other gives you a naturalistic perspective. And the one, the unity, annihilates the diversity, or the diversity annihilates the unity. Only in the Trinitarian concept of God do you have unity and diversity in the cause, and therefore unity and diversity in effect. It's the basis for knowledge. If God is a monad, a singularity, how could he possibly know anything? You've got to have subject-object relation. How could God love anything before he created the world? You need subject-object relation. So it's the Trinity that actually is the heart of the Christian apologetic. Thank you, Joe.
But notice what Joe just did. I mean, you just said, how can you go from a vague concept of a God to a very specific one about a Christian one, okay? And he's making these enormous leaps of faith based on an antiquated book that has ideas written by people about people that may never have done any of the things that were in that particular book. The problem, of course, again, with organized religion, especially theism in general, is they multiply entities far past necessity. There's just way too many descriptions about who God is, what he does, and all that sort of thing. And what happens is, you're best to be safe and keep it vague. So if you keep God kind of vague and nebulous, you won't make as many logical fallacies and errors in reasoning. But once you start to make things fairly specific, not only does it separate you from other religious beliefs, right? Sorry, my Muslim sisters, but you're not in the club, right? And what happens is, you divide yourself off from the rest of humanity. So some of your ideas may be actually very good ideas, but they're very divisive as well, and I think that's an inherent danger in defining a particular God in that way.
Okay.